Let's dive right into today's explainer because we are going to unpack something really fascinating. We're looking at how surprisingly simple tweaks, like splashing a specific color onto a sign or just tacking a couple of letters onto the end of a word, can completely transform the way you and I perceive the world. Seriously, it's all about these hidden underlying structures in both visual design and everyday language. But before we get too deep into the mechanics of all that, let's do a really quick mental exercise. I want you to picture a famous fast food chain in your mind. Let's just use McDonald's as our go-to example. When you walk in there, what are the colors that instantly hit you? And more importantly, why do you think they chose those exact colors? I mean, was it just some random interior designer making a stylistic choice 40 years ago? Well, here is our roadmap for figuring that out today. We'll start with the psychology of brand colors, then look at fast food and friendly energy, move on to delivering a reliable image, and then pivot to language by checking out the mechanics of adjectives, and finally, transforming nouns with suffixes. All right, kicking things off with section 1, the psychology of brand colors and shaping consumer perception. Here's the absolute bottom line. The colors you see in the business world are never, ever an accident. Corporations pour millions of dollars into color psychology, and they do it for a very specific reason. They desperately want you to notice them, and they want you to instantly link specific feelings to whatever it is they're selling. Their dream scenario is that you spot a certain color out in the real world, and bam, you immediately remember their brand name without even having to read a single word. Moving right along to section 2, fast food and friendly energy, looking at McDonald's and BP. So going back to our McDonald's question, you walk in and you're immediately hit with that bold red and yellow. Now, color psychology tells us this is not just about making their big sign easy to spot from the highway. Those specific colors are combined to trigger a bright and cheerful vibe. They're super warm, high-energy colors purposely designed to make the whole experience feel upbeat, happy, and fast. You can see this same strategy in totally different industries too. Take the energy company BP. Oil and gas isn't exactly an industry known for giving people warm fuzzies, right? But look at their logo, green and yellow. Green is literally the universal color of nature, and yellow is the sun. Both are super bright and cheerful. By wrapping their whole identity in those colors, BP is actively trying to present themselves as a friendly company that deeply cares about the environment. They're using a deliberate visual input to force an emotional output. Which brings us to section 3, delivering a reliable image, focusing on the United Parcel Service. Okay, think about UPS for a second. They are a massive global delivery operation, and their main color is brown. Honestly, on the surface, brown seems like a fairly boring choice for a multi-billion-dollar brand, doesn't it? But UPS actually locked in that color way back in the 1920s. Why? Because they specifically wanted to project an image of being a grounded, safe, and completely reliable company. And honestly, it's a brilliant example of how a single color can just hijack a consumer's brain. The company's goal is explicitly this. When you see those big brown UPS trucks rolling down the street, they want you thinking about excellent, dependable service. Over the last century, they've basically trained us to look at a plain brown truck and instantly feel a sense of trust. So, putting this all together, look at the clear pattern we have. McDonald's leans on red and yellow so you feel bright and cheerful. BP leans on green and yellow so they seem friendly and environmental. And UPS relies on brown to feel safe and dependable. It's that direct link, visual input leading straight to a descriptive emotional output. But wait, this actually sets up a really cool transition. Notice the specific words we keep using: cheerful, environmental, dependable. Let's take a quick breather from the corporate world and look at the English language itself. How do we literally construct these powerful descriptive words that companies rely on so heavily? That takes us straight into section 4, the mechanics of adjectives and building words. To figure out how we build these descriptive adjectives from simple nouns, we have to look at a fundamental building block of vocabulary, the suffix. A suffix is basically just a letter or a small cluster of letters that you tack onto the very end of a word to totally change its grammatical form. Think of it this way. Just like a business slaps a specific color onto a building to transform it into a recognizable brand, we slap a suffix onto a base word to transform how we can use it in a sentence. And that leads us to our final part, section 5, transforming nouns with suffixes, specifically the suffixes full and full. Let's look at standard nouns for a second, words representing a thing or a basic concept, like joy or environment. The very second we stick one of those suffixes on the end, the whole word transforms. Joy becomes the adjective joyful. Environment suddenly becomes environmental. Just like that, we've created these highly descriptive words perfect for explaining how a brand's bright yellow logo or green marketing campaign makes us feel. Linguists actually call these word families, and recognizing them is basically a vocabulary cheat code. You don't have to memorize a bunch of unrelated words. If you already know the noun cheer, you get the adjective cheerful for free. Education becomes educational. Nation effortlessly becomes national. It is a super systematic way to double your descriptive vocabulary just by mastering a few basic ending sounds. Now, quick reality check for the grammar fans out there. You do have to keep an eye out for some minor spelling tweaks when you do this. Because, English is gonna English. For instance, when the noun biology turns into the adjective biological, that Y goes away. Or when finance becomes financial, we drop the E. But don't let those little quirks trip you up. The underlying rule is exactly the same. The suffix is doing all the heavy lifting to transform the word. So as you go about the rest of your day, here is my challenge to you. Start looking for these subtle add-ons everywhere. Notice the specific colors businesses are using to quietly make you feel cheerful or safe, and pay attention to the suffixes you naturally use to describe those feelings. These tiny little transformations are constantly shaping your reality. Next time you just instinctively trust a brand, ask yourself, is it really their service or is it just the color brown? Keep your eyes open, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.